Alright, so right now as it stands, Colton Ward, Pacey, Stanton, Ethan, and Williams. Right now the top 5 following practice. Welcome to Rockingham live on the Raging Garrett Racing Network. Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth as always. Bringing you coverage of the Inspired Thunder Series for round 2 tonight. And right now, Aaron Stanton, the points leader after his win at Daytona. Right now, sitting third on the charts right now in the Big Ass Fan Chevrolet. Reiterate the points here as a matter of fact coming into tonight. There you see it. Well, hold on. Gotta change something else real fast. So Stanton on top of the points right now. Juan Carlos Jr., Kane Cannon, Darcy Hart, Stephen Henning Jr. the top 5. Of course, Darcy Hart not here tonight. Does not appear that Juan Carlos Jr. is here tonight. So the points will shake up pretty good. But right now, Stanton on top at Rockingham, Ward, Pacey, Ethan, and Williams. Again, the top 5. Well, let's see if we can talk to the driver right now leading the point standings. Aaron Stanton, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
What's up, Garrett?
Well, familiar to how ARCA was last season. Obviously, it's different scenario, but nonetheless, you're coming into the night the points leader. How do you expect to hold on to the points lead? Can we expect a 2 in a row like we saw one season ago with ARCA?
Maybe. This is a different scenario, though. These things are wild around this racetrack, Garrett, so get ready for a busy night.
Well, what can we what can we expect coming out of tonight for, say? Is it going to be more tire saving or just trying to keep the car under you for tonight?
Just trying to keep the car under you. This is like, it's kind of like a dirt track in a way. She's loose. You got to get that right rear out there, man.
Yeah, I see Pacey got a lot of it out there just in front of you. I don't know if you saw that, but but all right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight, the Daytona winner and the points leader, Aaron Stanton, on top of the practice charts right now. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yep. Have fun up there.
Yes, sir. Of course, tonight he's got a lot of work to do tonight to try to keep it under right now. We're going to show you, pretty much give you the race info here. 196 laps tonight from Rockingham. 104 degree track temperature. You see it at the bottom of the screen under the track link, just short of a mile. All right, now these drivers are going to be fighting a very slick racetrack, to say the least. Well, and of course, it's just going to be survival tonight. That's all it's going to be. It's all it's going to have to be tonight. Try to keep these cars under you. With 10 minutes remaining, we'll talk to a man who had a great run going at Daytona until it all came undone. Looking to rebound after that tonight. The reigning and defending Cup Series champion, Mr. Shane Harr, who right now sits 6th on the practice chart. Shane Harr, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, coming into the night after what was, I'm sure some would say, probably even yourself included, a heartbreaking finish to Daytona last week. You come into the night kind of in your wheelhouse a little bit. Throttle control is going to be a must here, along with saving tire. Does the 21 got anything tonight, or is it too early to tell?
Well, these are my first couple laps really running the track, so we got a lot of learning left to do. I don't know how competitive we'll be. We hope to be up front. We hope to get some nice long runs because we know, yeah, that's in our wheelhouse. So hope for some long runs where our fuels or tire saving can take over, and you know, maybe we'll be at the front at the end of this thing.
Well, but I got to ask this last question before I let you go. After last week, how do you put that behind you and look forward to the rest of this season with 38 races to go and a season that could already be pivotal to a lot of drivers if they don't get a good finish out of tonight?
Yeah, the big thing's consistency. So, if 7th is, our one of our worst finishes of the season, we'll take that. So, it's all about consistency. As long as we finish each race every week, it should work itself out in the end. So, that's the goal.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing. Shane Harr right now, 6th quickest on the practice charts. Appreciate your time, buddy.
No problem, buddy.
Consistency is key for this format for a lot of people who listen to this. A lot of people who remember back in the old, really, the 80s all the way up to the 2000s, and probably even late 70s even. The Winston Cup style format is what is being ran under this series here, so everybody knows you can have a 10 to 12 win season, but if you do not have the finishes on the days that you did not win a race, that it could hurt you very badly. Consistency is the key. It's just not all about winning like we've seen in times past. But one driver itching to get back to victory lane, who really I don't think has seen victory lane since last season. As a matter of fact, I know he hasn't, just cannot remember how far back it has been. Right now, that would be the 16 of Elijah Fisher right now, sitting 7th on the speed charts. We'll try to get a word with him in a little bit here. New faces making their debut tonight. For some, it's more of a return. Levi Ramsey, 11th quickest in the number 60, making his return tonight. Oh, it was great to see old Levi in the house. Right now, two drivers are not posted a lap. That would be Mike Hauser and Cade Cannon, not yet posted a lap. Really don't even think it's loaded into a session at the moment. Tell you one driver who's looking to have a great run tonight. Man, that was awesome in the ARCA series last season. Did not have the best of runs coming into tonight from Daytona, but always looking to try to really just get a good finish. The winner from Fuji last season in ARCA will get Mr. Hayden Williams in the booth. Hayden Williams, Garrett Jings up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy? Well, one, I see a backup car already.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, it was not the run that you wanted last week against your dad for starters. Don't think neither one of you really had a chance to show what you had. But take me through the night. What's the one thing you're noticing with this track already?
Oh, the tire wear for sure. I think the key is just going to be to save, like make easy laps and don't burn the stuff up too quickly.
So is it fair to say that we're just seeing drivers go out hard to see what they're doing in practice, or maybe even just a mock qualifying run at this point?
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Just practicing for qualifying. In the race, you're probably going to see them, slower than that. Probably 24.2s or something like that. Trying to save their tires.
Well, buddy, I got to ask you, what would it mean to go to victory lane tonight? Get your second win in your career at Inspired Racing. Of course, last season at Fuji, you took the win there, but what would it take to go to victory lane here with a lot more cars in the field and honestly with a little bit more experience under your belt?
Well, it'd be great if I could win and make up for last week, but I'm just gonna have to be careful with the car. 900 horsepower, it wants to snap real fast, like I did down there at the back stretch. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. We'll let you get ready for qualifying, and hopefully talk to you at the end of this thing.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. So right now, Hayden Williams for H&W Motorsports. Right now, H&W Motorsports sit 2nd, 15th, and 18th. At the moment, that would consist of Bobby and James Hadaway. Right now, of course, a few drivers on track. Colton Ward, great run out of track that he would say really does not fit his strong style, as he's already in the wall, contact with his teammate Ethan. So with 3.5 minutes remaining, let's see if we can't get a word with the man who really looking to go to victory lane tonight. Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Well, right now, extremely hot temperatures on the racetrack for say. Right now, sitting ninth on the speed chart. What's the main thing that's going to come out of this? Is it just going to be trying to keep the car under you, or would it be trying to pretty much save the tire the best you can? Kind of a fine balance there.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to find that balance as best as we can, but I think it's gonna ultimately come down to just trying to keep the car underneath ourselves. It's a loose, slick track, and it's just gonna get tight once we get deeper into the runs. So, I mean, ultimately, right now, I'm just looking to hopefully find a way to finish this race and avoid any wrecks.
Of course, the last time we came to Rockingham, you were so close to getting the job done. What would it mean to kind of get redemption tonight coming out of Rockingham?
Yeah, I mean, we've been close at this racetrack a few times, but I think just in terms of sort of a redemption, like you said, it would be nice. It would be nice to just get it done. But yeah, our Subway number 16 Ford Taurus is quick, and we'll be looking to try to put it in victory lane if we can.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Elijah Fisher right now, 9th on the speed charts. And of course, new colors. Subway fresh. Right now, you see a lot of it. A lot of drivers struggling, just trying to hang on to the cars. Yeah, this is going to be something tonight. This is going to be something. Top 5 as they go. One bumper flying high up into the air. Pacey, right now, Pacey, your leader, looking at him on screen. Followed by William, Stan, Ethan, and Ward, the top 5. On down through the field, Shane Hart, AJ Thompson, Tyler Stowe, Elijah Fisher, Stephen Hennings, the top 10. Still only 2 drivers to not post a lap so far. That would be Mike Hauser and Cade Cannon, with 50 seconds remaining in practice as we stand for the Thunder Series. Well, let's actually talk to the 00 real quick for qualifying this Illinois. Pacey, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Bill, I thought you'd be on the honeymoon right now, to be honest with you. But right now, currently fast as this practice concludes the night. Really, are you satisfied and happy with the balance of the car, or is it just walking on eggshells at the moment?
Depends. Do you want to go fast? If you want to go fast, it's all eggshells. If you're just trying to save tire, it's not that bad.
Well, but I got to ask, what can we expect tonight? Of course, you sat on the pole for the Clash in Daytona, and right now, fastest on the practice chart. Of course, the Clash was a while back, about 2 months ago now. But regardless, what can we expect at 00 tonight? Do you feel like you got the speed to win this thing, or is it just play it by ear at this point?
just going to be a massive tire save. Whoever saves tires the best here is probably going to be the winner. So, for all I know, I could be the fastest and the worst tire saver out there. So, yeah, it's going to be all about tire saving fuel, who has fresher tires, all that good stuff.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully, we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, right now, we're going to jump right into qualifying as we're going to try to keep up with all our drivers supposed to qualify lap. Obviously, probably going to fail miserably at it. But right now, 11 of Dustin on track. Inspire Motorsports, or really Inspired Racing League for Taurus. Right now, we'll set the fastest lap. He will not. Levi Ramsey top of the board. We're going to look at Aaron Stanton right now. Stanton going ahead and starting his first lap. Of course, comes into the night, the points later after his win at Daytona, the second straight season in which Aaron Stanton has competed in that he is a Daytona winner. And the big ass fan Chevrolet top of the board with a 23.912. Stanton feeling satisfied with that time. Will probably shut it down. Or no, that was already his 2-lap run. Never mind. I got backwards. Stanton feeling satisfied that time. He's going to shut off after 1 lap. Shane Har. Right now, 6th quickest in qualifying with 3 minutes remaining. Har off of 4. Survey says is enough for the pole. At the line, a 2:10. It is enough for 5th. Just talk to him. Elijah Fisher right now 6th quickest, and at the line is a 1:29. 4th quickest for Fisher. Wade Alexander had a great run at Daytona going until some incident and still rallied with a good run at Alexander's lap. 14th quickest. Well, Pacey just talked to him. P3 as we stand. Tire saving going to be the major deal tonight. Keeping the car under the guy that can keep the car under the most will be one to win, but right now, Pacey top of the board again, eerily similar to practice. That's Robert Will Hoyt. Right now, Will Hoyt, I think he got the wall a little bit off of the corner. Right now, the 22, 17th quickest. Well, this lap won't be no better for Will Hoyt, so he'll stay 17th. That being said, Pacey on the pole, Stanton 2nd, Stephen Henning Jr. up to 3rd. Let's get a word with Stephen Henning Jr. Stephen Henning Jr., Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, from what we're hearing from other drivers, the track's slicker than a goose knot out there. Is that the case?
Oh yeah. Every time you come out of that corner, it's like a new experience, as I said.
But buddy, take me through the night. Do you feel like track conditions like they are? Do you feel like this kind of plays into the 78's favor, or is it pretty much just survival and hope that we make it to the end here?
To be honest with you, I'm just gonna kind of hang out and see if I can make it to the end. We weren't so lucky at Rockingham in the Gen 6s there. We got halfway through the race. We had a dominant car, and it just smacked the wall, and it killed it, and that was all she wrote for that. So just hoping we can at least do a little bit better than what we did a few weeks back there.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you tonight. We'll let you get strapped in, ready for the race. Stephen Henning Jr. will roll off tonight, 3rd quickest.
Thank you. You have a good night up there.
You too, buddy. All right, now. Well, they call themselves the PS3 oldies, so they've evidently been doing this a long time. And Pacey sure has showed it top of the board. As with 5 seconds remaining, that will be it for practice. Aaron Stanton, 2nd, the points leader. Henning 3rd, Hayden Williams And Elijah Fisher rounds out the top 5. And that being said, we'll wait for some of the drivers to be posted on the screen. You see they're already popping in. $196 laps at Rockingham tonight. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a tough one. Now I can imagine these drivers will be feeling it in the morning. Well, that being said, we'll go ahead and roll through the starting lineup for tonight. See if I can't fix something real quick. And really, so right now, Pacey on top of the qualifying and practice chart tonight. He'll roll off from the front row. Aaron Stanton, Stephen Henning, Hayden Williams, and Elijah Fisher, the top 5. AJ Thompson, a great qualifying effort for the 48. Will roll off 6. Tyler Stone, the Har Motorsport, and Shane Har. Getting tongue twisted over here. Tyler Stone, Shane Har, Inspire Motorsports teammates right now, 7th and 8th. Levi Ramsey, Bobby Hadaway, 9th and 10th. Ben Milton, and the 11 of Dustin rounds out the fast 12 for tonight. On down through the field. Ben Kennard and James McConnell will round out 13th, 14th. Wade Alexander, Ty Wilson, 15th, 16th. Robert Will Hoyt, Ethan, and 94 Ethan, 17th and 18th. And then the drivers who do not post a lap: Colton Ward, Mike Hauser, James Hadaway, and Kate Kennan rounds out the 22-car field for tonight at Rockingham. Kate Kennan evidently not able to start this race at the moment. I mean, so we can't get last-minute interviews. Get old Bobby up in here. What you like now? Alright, so the race strategy for tonight, simple. Survive. Survive the carnage. Look, best thing of all, keep the car from under you, and trust me, I fully expect cautions coming out of tonight. I do expect them. The driver who keeps this car under him the most will walk out of here the winner tonight, or at least getting a good finish. Point scenarios coming in. Aaron Stanton on top. Few of the drivers in the top 10 not here tonight. Tonight is really about... Tonight really is going to be about getting your footing back under you from Daytona. At the end of the night, the driver who survives the most will win tonight. We're rolling for Rockingham. Well, Pacey will lead. Aaron Stanton, Hayden Williams, Elijah Fisher, Stephen Henning, the top 5 already. They work down the back straightaway for lap 2. Right now, a great start for a lot of drivers so far tonight. Of course, your points leader bringing it right down to Double Zero's neck. Going to try to, well, Pacey's going to try to hold Stanton back as long as he can, but regardless, Stanton wants to lead. Stanton will take the lead no matter how he gets it. Off of turn 4, Pacey will lead again. So far, so good for the moment. Of course, Kate Cannon already had the race. Mechanical issues on the 9 has already sidelined the driver who walks into tonight 3rd in the points. Trying to go in and get that situation figured out early. Right on the back bumper of Pacey. A full song. Actually, we're going right on the dashboard and really see very easy getting back on the gas, but full throttle down the front straightaway. We'll see how he is. AJ Thompson in the wall. He's sitting in the background. No harm, no foul. Pacey waiting until he's single file or fully straight. Really not even getting the full throttle down the back straightaway. Anyway, AJ Thompson just saw it in the background, got into the wall a little bit. No harm, no foul to the 48 at the moment. We'll keep on going. Right now, under assault for Tyler Stone. That will be the battle for the 7th position at the moment. Right now you see Stone will lay off just a little bit. Going easily roll it right back in the middle corner, gain by a couple hundreds back. It's all about getting off corner entry with these cars. Well, one car already slow on the apron. Be one of the drivers making his debut tonight. Who is that? Oh, the 46 Ben Card already meatball damage. See what happened. Already off the wall there. Battle with Ethan. Car is exactly what I was alluding to. Car just steps out and already in the wall. Day already done for the 46, and that more than likely with the smoke coming out of the engine, that will be terminal for the 46, making his debut tonight. It will not be the way he'll want to start it. All right, now Stant continues to work over Pacey now. 186 laps to go at the line. Side by side for the 3rd position was Elijah Fisher. Slid way up the racetrack. Fisher loose all over the apron. Fisher still hanging on to it. Well, now he's got to steal with the ever-looming Stephen Henning Jr. at the moment. Shane Hall working himself into the equation. Right now, Inspire Motorsports as they run 5th, 6th, and 8th. Of course, Darcy Hard not here tonight. Work-related stuff preventing the driver to 35 from being here tonight. All right, now all of Inspire Motorsports in the top 10. You can't mention one team without the other ones. Real quick, we'll save the rest of them for later, but right now Falcon Motorsports 4th with Elijah Fisher and 18th with Mike Hauser, who's just trying to have a quiet night so far. Right now, Pacey opening up a bit of a lead at the moment. They work their way down the back straightaway. We'll see what it's like right here. It's a 3/10 of a second lead over Stanton. There's a point of race now where everybody just finds their rhythm. Of course, we're running like 26 or 46 laps in the cup race here before our first yellow of the night. Well, right now, as it stands, the top 5, Pacey, Stanton, Williams, Elijah Fisher, and the Cup Series champion, Shane Harr, up to 5th. Stephen Henning Jr. slides back to 6th. A.J. Thompson, Tyler Stone, Ben Milton, and Colton Ward rounds out the top 10. Meanwhile, let's go on board with Colton Ward, who right now, if I'm not mistaken, as he always is, the Inspired Motorsports biggest mover, or Inspired Racing League biggest mover of the race, and indeed he is up 10 spots from where he started, way back in the 19th spot. No surprise, really, had a great run going at Daytona, of course. Monday night led 101 of 156 laps at Phoenix. Right now, working his way up through the field. Right now, they're all chasing the 00 of Pacey at the moment. See Hayden, a big slide off of turn 2 is going to allow Elijah Fisher to maybe close in just a little bit on the 3, and indeed he does. Fisher going to try to get a run off the corner. Hayden's going to block it. Fisher looks to the bottom. He's going to blend back in line. Now he's going to look back to the bottom again. Hayden's going to give him that line. With a 46, a big Canert out of the race. Be the first retiree of the race. He'll join Cade Cannon in the garage, as Cannon was not able to even make the start, as Elijah Fisher moves up in the 3rd. Right now we'll go through our first admin box through the field. That's all, we got problems. Hold that thought. Robert Will Hoyt, caution is out. Oh, and a wreck behind them. James McCullough, or McConnell. Ty Wilson. What in the hell? Robert Will Hoyt, meatball flag. And the night is over for the 22. Massive, massive front end damage. You see that whole right front assembly shaking all around, telling me there's massive components that are damaged. Then the left front obviously cambered in pretty significantly. Ty Wilson in the pits, as is the 7. What in the world? Let's look at it. Oh! Hold up. We won. Well, let's see. So, okay, Robert's going to get in the wall as the 84 of Alexander. Massive damage. 84 from 60 and 22 make contact. Will Hoyt into the wall. What in the world? Okay, so the 5 is already. What in the world has happened? I don't understand this part. Hold on. Let me look at it. Alright. What happens here? This is what I want to know. What happens here? We'll look at it from the blink camera. So there's the second part of this whole incident here. So 5 and a 7. The 7 into the back of the 5, and bam. Up and over she goes. And that is why we're under caution. It's right on board with a couple of drivers here. First, we're on board Robert Will Hoyt. You see, there's a contact with him in the 60, but bam. Alright, man, we're going to get a good view of this right here. There's the contact just off camera, and bam. We're on board Ty Wilson. This is going to be bizarre. Like, I ain't never seen this before. So he's going to make contact with the 7. I think what it was, they saw the caution came out, the 5 immediately checked up, the 7 wasn't expecting it. Of course, I got some great cameras to go through a rollover like that. Well, right now, under the first caution of the night, goes at lap 20. Really will come at lap 22. Robert Will Hoyt out of the race already. Well, I know he's probably irate, but we'll get a word with him. Robert Will Hoyt, Garrett Jenkins out here in the broadcast, but you got a copy, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Well, I'm glad to see that you're all right, released from the infield medical center. I got to ask, take me through the whole thing, because I'm about as speechless as you are to a degree, as there's almost a wreck under the restart. But real fast, just take me through what you saw and what you felt like happened underneath the caution there.
Pushed it a little too hard coming out of turn 2, barely tapped the wall, and it kind of got the car unsettled. And going into the turn 3, it just, I don't know if I misjudged it or if he moved up a little and as I was coming down or what, but got hit in the rear, spun out towards the outside wall. I was gonna put it down onto the apron, but then I saw cars coming, so I just kind of held it there, and then next thing you know, I was getting slammed into and a car flying over me. So back's a little sore, but I'm sure I'll feel it tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you next week and coming up Monday. Appreciate your time, Robert Will Hoyt. Done for tonight as we're under caution for the second time. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
Yep. Bobby Hadaway has gone around. Aaron Stanton just set the fastest lap right as that happened at a 24.150. And Bobby Hadaway bringing us under caution. And what has happened? Oh, H&W Motorsports teammates. I would think. Racing side by side. Bobby gets loose, gets into James, or James gets loose, gets into Bobby, and both the Hadaways involved in this. That is an H&W Motorsports worst nightmare. Let's see that. Let's run on board with Bobby. Comes down, gets loose, and from there, Hayden, but bam! Well, not Hayden, but James. I cannot get my words right today. Matter of fact, Hayden Williams is the leader. Let's run on board with James Hadaway through this, see what he sees. I can imagine ain't gonna be all that happy. Yeah, we gotta rewind it better than that. Well, for James Hadaway, it would not be the night that he won after a Not a great run at Daytona last week. This will not turn out to be any better. Well, of course, James came into the 9th, 10th in points. That'll obviously take an impact, but as the race goes on, there'll be more chances for him to get back out there, gain some spots, gain some positions. Okay, Cannon has finally got that car out onto the racetrack. However, 27 laps down, he will gain some spots out of this. As right now, Hayden Williams, Aaron Stent, Elijah Fisher, Shane Hart, Colt Ward in the top 5. Ethan Hauser, Stone, Henning, and Ramsey will be a top 10. The pole sitter, Pacey, back in 11th spot, along with the 11 of Dylan, the 28 of Ben Milden, Bobby Hadaway, AJ Thompson, James Hadaway, and Wade Alexander rounds out the cars on the lead lap. Of course, the 7 of James McConnell, 1 lap down. Ty Wilson, 7 down. Robert Wilhoit joins Ben Connert in the garage. And Kate Cannon, after having technical issues and issues with the car before the race started, 27 laps down after having to replace the fuel pump in the car, from what I'm hearing. See, you can't get a word with Kate Cannon real quick. Kate Cannon, Gary
does that
Jenkins
mean-
up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
My buddy. Heartbreaking to start the race. Fuel pump quitting in between practice and qualifying. Right now, 26 laps down. How do you salvage the rest of the day from here on
We
out?
tried to stay out of all the trouble, and hopefully, if luck falls my way, which I'm not expecting, but hopefully I am able to get somewhere all the way back on the lead lap. But if not, it is no big deal. I'm just here to try to get as many points as I possibly can.
All right, buddy. Like I said earlier, bad fuel pump has already delayed the Nine's plans on winning tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this.
Take it there.
So to re-rack it, ain't much. Well, really, I've already re-racked it, so there ain't really no reason to rack it again. And there will be H&W Motorsports driver Hayden Williams out front. Aaron Stant, Elijah Fisher, Shane Hart, Colt Ward, the top 5. And you see the 2 drivers on the bottom, Ty Wilson, Kate Cannon. Wilson 7 down, Cannon 26 or 25, 26. So old NASCAR rules, the drivers who are a lap down, they can attempt to get their lap back and stay there. Obviously, within reason, if the leader's much faster than they are, then they will have to concede, or they'll end up conceding anyway because the leader will just pull away from them. But that is the ruling here. So Wilson going to try to get one of his 7 laps back. Kenny going to try to get one of his 26 back. There are 163 to go at the line. Pace car will be in this time, and we are set to get going again. We're rolling. Well, Hayden already off to a great start. Wilson and Cannon not even getting a chance to even try to contend for their laps back. And Hayden Williams, for the first time tonight, leads, so has led 6 laps already. Aaron Stan has been no lower than second. Pretty much for the majority of the night. Got a long way to go. Still a lot of cars that still needs to be saving. 160 to go, a long, long race. Right now, Stanton and Hayden breaking away from the remainder of the field at the moment. Right now, a lot of Fisher trying to contain two of the best. Fisher loose, able to hang on to it. Got Shane Hart, Colt Ward all over his back bumper. Not to mention 94 of Ethan, always one who always fast, along with Ward, and down the back straightaway. Fisher loose again. Will give third place to Shane Hart. Will give it to Ward for fourth, and right now trying not to lose fifth from Ethan. Well, right now, new tires is what you're seeing. Aaron Stanton. Oh, big wobble by Fisher. Hangs on to it. Right now, what you're seeing is Hayden Williams staying out under this last caution. So he's on 36 lap old tires. The three will fall down the ladder as this race goes on. Everybody else that's pitted behind him. Right now, Aaron Stanton, the winner from Daytona. And in case you missed it earlier on the broadcast, the points coming into tonight, Aaron Stanton, the points leader, will gain 5 bonus points for leading a lap. A massive shakeup between 2nd through 4th. Juan Carlos Jr., Darcy Hart not here tonight, and Cade Cannon 26 laps down as they stand. So this is going to change massively. But that is the top 17 in points as they run coming into tonight. And of course, this format is going to do nothing but reward consistency. And right now you see Hayden off the wall again. See right now Hayden, oh, contact a little bit between the 16 and the 3. Well, Hayden right now holding on for dear life. But loose off the corner of the car, not happy. God almighty. Right now on through the field. I've not talked a lot about Mike Hauser so far tonight. Been having a very quiet night for the driver to 43. Did not get no practice or qualifying in for this race. Right now you see the 00 or pole sitter of Pacey right now trying to make his way up to the field. Well, Pacey led for 27 laps earlier in this race. Right now trying to get back up there leading some more. Right now 153 laps to go, working lap 44, and it's still Aaron Stanton out front by just under a second lead, but Shane Hart and Colt Ward coming. And ultimately, for any new viewers that did not watch a lot of last season, mainly the ARCA, these three here, Stanton, Hart, and Ward, one of the best finishes I think that any of us will ever see Michigan in the ARCA series. Came down to who could save every last drop of fuel in a three-way battle with three of the best that this league has got to offer. And at the end of it, Aaron Stanton would get the hometown win in Michigan. Colt Ward would finish second, Shane Hart third in that equation. And right now they run 1, 2, and 3. Of course, then if you look at the lap times, well, actually the lap time history, we're going to at some point. Well, Stan's been somewhat faster than Har. Har's been faster than Stan in some other points. I wish it could show us the top 3. There you see Shane loose off the corner. Actually got the wall a little bit. See Shane quicker that lap by a 10th. So the 21 is definitely faster than the 27. As is the 42. Elijah Fisher loose as all get out back there in the back. Right now he's still trying to defend the 4th spot from Ethan. Let's really go on board with him and see how he's driving this car. See how he's driving this track. 3/4 throttle. There's no harm, no foul. Not even full throttle. Trying to get it to full throttle. Right now he's got Ethan behind him. I'm sure he knows that 00 is coming of Pacey. Ethan's going to look back to the bottom again. Right now, Fisher working on Colton Ward to the outside, side by side for 3rd. Ward's going to concede it. Looks like Ward's got some damage. Not sure what from, but there's definitely damage to that 42 machine. And a camera that I don't really use for broadcasting. Well, looking, yes, massive damage. Definitely scratched up the paint. The Sporky's still happy, so that's all that matters at this point. But Colton Ward, right front damage to that car. We'll see how that affects the handling. Well, it has not affected Aaron Stanton, not one bit. Stanton still leads at this time. A half a second lead over Har. Shane's trying to cut in that gap. I think Shane's just trying to save tire but stay with him. And right now, whatever the strategy for the 21 is doing, it's working. As he is breathing down Stanton's neck, or he will be. All right, now we'll try this one more time with the admin box through the field. So right now you see the battle for the lead about to be ramped up pretty good as Shane Har's catching Aaron Stanton. But as the front two, Elijah Fisher 3rd, Colton Ward in the 94, Ethan the top 5. Pacey, Stone, Hauser, Henning, and Ramsey the top 10. Hayden Williams being the only driver to really stay out. Actually, the only driver to actually stay out. Now on 55 lap old tires right now, 11th. Bobby Hadaway in 12th. Dustin, the 11 of Dustin. AJ Thompson, 14th. Ben Milton, 15th. Wade Alexander in the pits. Matter of fact, drivers a lap down or more. James Hadaway, James McConnell, Ty Wilson back in the pits. Kate Cannon, 26 laps down in 20th. We see Fisher really sliding out of that corner yet again, doing everything he can. Right now, Har patiently riding behind Aaron Stanton right now. Fisher is closing. there in Stanton. Listen to the throttle control. Shane Hard really drives it into the corner though. Holy cow. Hard took a stab at him. Got him a lot closer at a corner exit, but not close enough to really stay side by side with him. Aaron's going to run the middle, a defensive line, kind of be able to block everything no matter where Shane goes, if it's to the top or to the bottom. Defending again, Hard's going to drive in, Stanton going to close the door on the middle lane, he's going to roll through the corner. Hear him burping the gas, trying to keep the car from getting upset. Working way down the back straightaway, Hard not able to get in the run yet. Right now, the 28 will play a factor in this. They're going to try to hold it. Or in 28 ain't got nowhere to go to really get out of the way. Stan's going to slam the door on the 21 of Har. They're going to work underneath the 28. No harm, no foul. Fisher's going to look to the inside of the 28 again, of course. We'll put Ben Milden one lap down already. The thing though is Shane's one attempt at it to try to get the lead, but of course Stanton slammed the door, and I think Shane realized not going to be the best situation going 3 wide into turn 1. That's just letting him have it. Still a long way to go to get another chance at the lead. Well, and of course, with the top 3 right here, these 3 right here are among a very small group of drivers who can bring the best out of anybody. You're looking at 3 of them right now, and I'm going to tell you another driver that will soon add his name to the list. And that would be the 00 Pacey, who has started on pole, came out 11th on the pit stop, has systematically worked himself up to 4th, and right now harping on Elijah Fisher for 3rd. In what's been a very consistent run for the 00 tonight. Fun fact about Pacey, he likes tacos, by the way. All right now, they ain't got tacos at Subway, but right now he's trying to get around the 16 of Fisher. Well, Fisher ain't gonna give it up easy, and he knows that. It's amazing how Fisher gets to run off the corner. I had to check up there just a little bit. And look at the gap. Of course, this is the battle for 3rd as we stand. Fisher will take the bottom away. As you see, Shane Hart get off the wall just a little bit. Pacey will now look to the outside lane. Very patient right now, is what I'm trying to say. There you see it. One car diving to the bottom of the track. Not sure who that was. Regardless, we'll stay green. I believe it was the 7. Or no. 48 of A.J. Thompson. Massive damage. And what was a great run going for the 48 will come undone yet again. Several drivers in right now. As a matter of fact, Thompson, then obviously he has damage. Ben Milden's in. I think a lot of these drivers that are in pit road right now have had damage in some way, shape, or form. Right now, Shane Harder's still knocking on here in Stanton's bumper. But they don't hurry up and figure this out. Whole Pacey gonna be right on their rear ends. Right now, you can look at the ticker. Matter of fact, keep the top 5 rolling at the top of the screen for a second. And you'll be able to see right here, look at the speed. Look at the difference. The 00 to the bottom of Shane R. Side by side is what Stanton wants to see. Well, Stanton can see this. Right now, if you thought Elijah Fisher was going to be hard to pass, then rest assured. Shane Har into the wall. Keeps it straight. But Shane is not going to give up second easy. If you thought Fisher was hard to pass, got a tough customer right now in the 21 is Shane Har, but Pacey will get around the 21 and work down the back straightaway. Shane will look back to the outside. Right now, Aaron Stanton has led 39 laps so far. Pacey has led 27 as it stands. So right now, the two drivers who have pretty much led, other than Hayden Williams leading earlier. And for 8 laps, there are your only 3 different leaders for tonight. And 121 to go. Only going to get better. Well, I know the viewers at home can't see it at the moment. But as we go on, it would appear there's either a cloud has gone over the track or something has gone over the racetrack. Matter of fact, yes, so you see it right there. It is all of a sudden became cloudy over the racetrack. What has this done? What it has done is, I'm going to pull up the weather part of this and ignore some of it. But you look right down there at the bottom of the screen. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. When this race started, the track was 102, 104 degrees in some places. Now it's 90 degrees. That has tightened this track up a lot more from when this race started. And it's only going to drop more as long as we keep the clouds overhand. So right now, for drivers who are battling an extremely loose car, this is their chance to really try to make some ground up. Because once that sun comes back out, the track's going to get right back hotter. It's going to get slicker. With Tyler Stone in the pits along with Elijah Fisher. So green flag pit stops possibly happening now. Had to wait and see. Right now, Wade Alexander back in the pits. A black flag for the 84. Right now, top 9 have chosen to stay out a little bit longer. Another reason the 00 is so fast, there's actually about a 5-lap difference in the tires between him and the top 9 as they stand. Right now, I think he just shows you right in the second spot for the moment as Aaron Stanton leads his 47th lap of the race tonight and counting. With 114 to go. We see Stanton on the bottom trying to take the defensive line. I think 00 might be thinking about turning up one more time. Elijah Fisher, fast lap of the race, 24.026. Right now in 10th, 1 lap down. Top 9 drivers who have not pitted yet is also on the lead lap. Aaron Stanton, Pacey Hall, Colt Ward, Mike Hauser, Ethan, Stephen Henning Jr., Bobby Hadaway, Levi Ramsey. Stephen Henning Jr. in this time. Well, that's one of the hard motorsports drivers already in. That'll make the second one. Tyler Stone pitted 7 laps ago, and now Henning is in. So the question is, when will Shane Hart come in? The last of the Inspired Motorsports drivers. Right now it stands. Still waiting on the top 9 to come into the pits. Okay, Cannon's in, but Cannon 18th quickest, still 26 down. I understand a little bit of a lag, comes back. Well, Hayden Williams right now on fresher tires trying to work at the front runners, get his lap back. He'll get around 00. Oh, big time loose out of 3. Massive save. Will hold on to it. Probably made that right rear a little mad. No harm, no foul. He'll get over it. Well, right now all he wants is one of his laps back. Right now he'll be 1 lap down when he gets his lap back from Stanton. If Stanton gives it to him. Oh, they ain't gonna have much of a choice. 94 of Ethan's in. Well, he's in. Bobby Hadaway is in. So this is all at 67 at a C7 lap stand. We're slowly seeing the top 9 come in and pit. Right now you see, good God, everybody's all over the place. Levi Ramsey loose off the corner, able to keep it under him. Mike Hauser and Shane Har in. This will be big. This will probably dictate when the 27 and 00 come in. Well, the further you can go, the further, you know, you'll leapfrog the field. We'll have to wait and see. Levi Ramsey in this time. Aaron Stanton appears to be coming in. The 27 who has led 58 laps so far tonight will surrender the lead. Well, 102 to go. Well, 70 was the limit for Stanton. Pacey will get back down a little bit more. Obviously had 5 lap fresher tires than the rest of the field. At one point he did. He might be in this time. Nope, gonna stay out. No, yeah. Oh, contact! Caution is out. That is going to dump everything on its head. that just messed up a lot of guys. Made contact with the 11 of Dustin. Man. Colton Ward was in his pit box too, so we're going to see. Ain't going to affect a lot of drivers, but it'll. Whew. Well, let's go back and look at this here because I don't know what to make of this. Those ears trying to get down. I'm glad I'm not race control. Right there. Gonna fade up the track. Don't know if he caught it. He's trying to get down, trying to get slowed down. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Regardless of the fact, it puts us under caution. Man. Right now it is showing the top 10 on the lead lap. We'll go ahead and get the graphic on there, the tower, and show everybody who is where as of right now. Fisher, Stone, and Hard back on pit road. Under laps to go. And under the third caution of the night from Rockingham. Right now, as it stands, Elijah Fisher is the leader. Tyler Stone, 00 of Pacey as well. So there's something messed up here with this order. Some Devin does not look right. Might be adding a couple of laps here just to see what's going on at this point. No, we're going. Well, we're rolling regardless of the fact. Okay then, well, Elijah Fisher is showing he is the leader. All right, let me verify something real fast here. Okay, so yeah, so my system's not wrong. Fisher's the leader. Who guesses is good as mine at this point? As one car sliding to the inside. Ethan Hard off the outside, or the inside retaining wall, came in 10th. There goes the bumper. Massive damage. Caution is out. Well, it was a great night going for the 94. Will ultimately come undone. Let's look at it. I think he's simply just going to get loose. Yep, just gets loose and bam, hard into the inside retaining wall. Seen a couple of drivers do that earlier. Well, we saw. God, what was it? Well, we saw the 46 do it earlier in the race. Who was actually out of this race, joins Wade Alexander, Robert Wilhoit in the garage. But turn two's been tricky all night, and Elijah Fisher is the leader as we stand with 95 to go. Let's see if we can't get some words with a couple drivers. Shane Hard, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I sure do.
Well, it's turned into a bit of a strange night at Rockingham so far, but right now, strategy's been the name of the game and keep your equipment under you. Is that this? What's the plan for the 21 going out from here?
Well, we got about a minute and a half of damage here, so
What in the
we're
world?
gonna try and get that fixed. And yeah, we hit the 60 there on that caution. He got loose outside of us and he had nowhere to go. Luckily, I hit the brake hard enough to not give me the wheel damage, so it should be just arrow, and hopefully we'll be all right.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. We'll hopefully see you at the end of this thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So apparently there's more to this caution than meets the eye. See if we can't go back and find it real fast before they head back to green here. Well, one lap to green at a standstill. Had to be quick. But if he hits the 60 and it's because of this caution, and I am wrong about the 94, which I've been wrong for. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I didn't even see this part. See, it gets loose, comes right back down in front of the 21. That's more than likely the reason why we're under caution. Kind of saves the, well, it kind of did save the 94 of Ethan, but I mean, not really at this point. Rear rack the top 9 as we go, being the last ones on the lead lap. Elijah Fisher, Pacey, Tyler Stone, Mike Hauser, Aaron Stanton, Hayden Williams, Stephen Henny, Colt Ward, Shane Harr. The top 9 on the lead lap, still in contention for this race. Bobby Hadaway will try to get one of his laps back, as will A.J. Thompson and the 11 of Dustin. Hadaway 2 down, so if he could get one of his laps back, that'd be great. We're rolling. Nah. The 88 will not be able to get down. Elijah Fisher out front with 92 laps to go. Fisher swung it wide, going to allow Pacey to get a run down the back straightaway. How about Tyler Stone up to third? Well, Stone had a chance to win the last time we were here in Rockingham. The Cup Series ran second to Josh Henderson. So Tyler knows how to get around this racetrack. Having a great run so far tonight as 0-0 Pacey looks at the bottom of Fisher yet again. Mike Hauser up to 5th, Stanton 5th. Right now, Pace is just going to play patient. He's sizing up Fisher right now to the inside of the 16 for the lead. Tyler Stone licking his chops, waiting to see how this is going to play out. Right now, Pacey back to the bottom yet again. Well, Fisher's giving him more of a fight this time than what he did earlier. And rightfully so, Fisher will take the bottom away. Tyler Stone not knowing really what to do right now other than just ride and see how this plays out. Waiting for his opening is bringing Mike Hauser and Aaron Stanton back up into the mix here. Oh, Fisher around! And back up into traffic, going to get it rolling. And this race has took another twist. We're at a 7 to go. Man. I can tell he might not be happy over that, but we'll take a look at it and see. Bumping, bumping, bumping. Gets loose. Ah, the 16 gets loose. Pacey nowhere to go, and he immediately threw the grass. Immediately turned him. Who is that? That got a mat. Somebody lost a bumper. Lost the bumper cover. Look at it one more time in slow motion. All right, there you see the 16 violently over the bumps. The car shaking all around. Going to bobble right there. It's going to catch it. The 00 is already there. He sees it. And just, I mean, nothing Pacey can do, obviously. Just going to send him on around. Bobby Hadaway. Oh, good God. Run board with Bobby Hadaway through this. Well, they see he's full throttle thinking 16 not going to come back up. Jesus. Right out of field, paces around. Well, Stephen Henning Jr. on pit road as we stand. Well, Henning, Fisher, Ward, and Harr all in the pits along with Bobby Hadaway. As Tyler Stone will be your leader for Inspired Motorsports. Pacey, Hauser, Stanton, and Williams. The top 5 out of all this. Can't get Bobby Hadaway in here. Bobby Hadaway, first off, you got an extra pair of underwear in that cockpit somewhere?
Man, that was something else.
Take me through it. Were you expecting him to stay in the infield, or really what did you see coming off of turn 4? Because for a moment, like he was going to stay in the infield, then the car just slid up the track. And really, just what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to stay in the infield, and then when I realized he was coming up, I tried to gas him to get by him. And I did get by him. I just got into the wall in the process.
Well, buddy, I'll drop you back down. Let you get ready here. Best of luck to you from here on out.
Thank you, man.
Yep. Man. Tyler Stone brings them down to a green flag. We're rolling. Cannon trying to get one of his last bat will be unsuccessful. Caution is out. Elijah Fisher around again. What in the world's going on? No, hard to say if there's damage to that 16 car. There is damage to the front. All right. Let's see what happened to the driver of the 16 yet again. 11 loose all over the place. Going to get loose off of 2, slams the wall, comes back down, and bam. You know there's wheel damage for sure because we slid that back down and look back at it. All right, there you see it's a big slide right there. Tries to catch it. Fortunately, he hits the safer barrier. He did not hit that concrete right there. Car too far gone at this point. Lock it down. Try to hold it. Unfortunately, the inside wall, bam. That's all she wrote. Let's ride on board, Winnie. We were kind of a little frustrated earlier. Right on board, Winnie. Just got loose off the wall. Light contact to the front of the car, but other than that, I think it'll be fine. The big question is, will the 16 have wheel damage out of this from here on out? That'll be the big thing coming out of tonight. Still ain't a long way to go, 80. And to get to the line. Well, Elijah Fisher now will go one lap down. Well, one to go here. We'll re-rack. The driver's still on the lead lap. The top 8, as a matter of fact. With Tyler Stone, Pacey, Mike Howler, Aaron Stanton, Hayden Williams, Stephen Henning, Shane Hart, the 9-4 of Ethan. Colton Ward rounds out the top 9 on the lead lap. So Phil getting ready for the restart. We're rolling. Okay, Cannon, this time we'll get one of his laps back. Put him back 26 down. And he's going to got him a set of goodbyes on that car. Well, right now, Tyler Stone will lead. And, of course, you mentioned it earlier on the broadcast, Tyler Stone finished second here in the Cup race at Rockingham. Losing out to Josh Henderson, who was not here tonight. You will see Josh Henderson Monday night for the Inspired Cup race at Las Vegas. But Stone, you talked about Elijah Fisher and a little bit of redemption this track owes him. I will say this. Mike Hauser. Hauser and Hayden Williams both massive save on the 43 as 00 looks for a lead, but back to Tyler Stone. Perhaps a bit of a redemption. Or perhaps this track owes the 25 as well, running second after a great night all night for the 25. The last time we were here on the Cup Series side, and right now, replicating that strongly tonight. Right now, Aaron Stanton holds the bonus points for leading the most laps. $75 to go, still up for anybody to grab as Elijah Fisher has not returned out onto the racetrack and is already down behind A.J. Thompson, now 6 down. The 9th for the 16 in the hopes of getting one back from Rockingham will be done. Right now, Battle for the Lead still ramping up right now. Tyler Stone for Inspired Motorsports running in first. PS3 Oldies driver. Pacey right now running in second. And from a unique group of drivers who they pretty much go by one name, the Loners. And they're in full force tonight. Aaron Stanton, Colt Ward, the 94 Ethan, and Cade Cannon make up that group of drivers right now. 3 of the 4 are in the top 9 as they stand. Stanton 3rd, Ethan 8th, Colton Ward 9th. Of course, fuel pump issues for the 9 before the race even started has married him 26 laps down. And out of contention before it even took the green flag. As right now, Stanton, who is actually on much fresher tires compared to the top 2, trying to get around Tyler Stone. Be a tough cookie to get around. Anybody pulls for Oklahoma, you know they're going to be tough to try to pass, let alone beat. But Tyler will concede it. Hayden Williams will look to the bottom of the track as well to try to get around it, as will Shane Harn lurking in the background. Elijah Fisher back out onto the racetrack, 10 down. Right now it's points. That's all that matters right now. Trying to keep from losing points and maybe along the way gain some points. Right now you see back there in the back, Hayden doing everything he can to keep Shane Harn behind him. Har off the wall just a little bit, enough to make some sparks fly, no harm, no foul. Shane Har will take 3rd with ease. Well, Har's also on 13 lap fresher tires. AJ Thompson has spun off the back straightaway, out of Harn's way. We'll keep it rolling. Well, let's look at the Raging Idiot pit strategy report. And I know this looks confusing, so allow me to run it through. Yellow, the first pit stop they made. Blue is 2nd, and then yellow 3rd, and so on. Not that hard to follow. Right now, Pacey on a 34-lap run. Right behind him, Aaron Stanton right now 18 laps. Shane Har 15, 19, and so on. You see Tyler Stone on a similar strategy, even though Stone has made more pit stops than what the 00 has. And you get a look at all the drivers' strategy and how it's working out. Right now, for the lead, Aaron Stanton won't sit back from arguably the 2 cars who have been the best of the field so far tonight. Pacey will take the defensive line. Stanton able to roll through the middle better. Pacey ain't going to give him no slack down the back straightaway. 00 will extend the lead yet again. Right now, Stanton still battling back. Will finally get the lead away from the 00. Not so fast. Here comes Pacey back to the bottom. Is going to try to hem Stanton up. They're going to go 3 wide through the tri-oval. No surrender. Textbook move by 00 was going to try to pin Aaron behind that lap car, keep the lead. Unfortunately, Aaron saw it come. Unfortunately, now his teammates got him pinned behind him. Colt Ward's going to get out of the way the best he can. And the 00 back out front for the moment, loose off of 4. Stan look back to the bottom. How will the 00 take it? He'll take the defensive line back into turn 1. 59 to go, and the action only getting better and better. Stan look back down to the bottom yet again. Well, right now, Stanton doing everything he can just to try to get around. But I believe Pacey's trying to make Stanton burn them tires up to where they're back on somewhat equal grounds. Doing a great job at that. Shane Harr lurking right in the background in third. Harr finished third whenever we were here in the Cup Series at Rockingham. Still to come tonight. Midnight Racing League live right here in the Raging Idiot Racing Network. Coverage following the conclusion of this race. While also me trying to keep up with the Valley Star Credit Union 300 at Martinsville on Flow Sports. So I'm working double everything tonight. Meanwhile, Stanton fires right back to the bottom again. He's trying to do everything he can. Pacey will slam the door on the 27 yet again. I know Aaron. I know Aaron's standing right now. Oh, contact! He saved it! Stan said, I've had enough. I've had enough. 27, back to the lead. Woo. Pacey, man, he ain't gonna like that. Oh, he put Stan in the wall. Shane Harr involved. Man. Shane Harr, a victim of that. Aaron Stan do not know the damage to that 27. How bad is it? Hey, Williams. That's hurt bad. You can look at that car and tell it ain't turning. Frustrations boiling over in Rockingham. Yes, sir. Look at the damage. Get a right front camera. It's still in the wall. Aaron Stanton to pit road. The night for the points leader in the Daytona winner will come undone 52 laps into the race. And right now, or 52 laps to go in the race, I should say. Man, oh man. Well, we're going to definitely going to get the story from both drivers at the end of this race. Aaron Stanton is in pit road. The night for the 27, however, is done. Well, Pacey was driving it hard. Stanton kind of made contact with him, and I don't think the 00 meant to squeeze him into the wall, but then again, you never know, because it's a move that I do a lot when I'm mad with somebody. I won't wreck them, but I will run them out of room. They're either going to lift or hit the wall. That's just how I am. So it's really hard to say if that was intentional or not. But regardless of the fact, Stanton's done. His race is done. The win is gone for the 27. Two sides of every story. We'll see if we'll get one later on. Aaron Stanton, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Leave me alone, Garrett.
All right, got you. As you can see, Aaron Stanton, all right, declining interview. Well, you can tell he's pissed. Or mad, one of the two. It was a great run for the 27, and oh, Lord. Well, right now, through all of this, Mike Hauser. Oh, nope, never mind. Hauser a lap down, trying to get his lap back. Tyler Stone and Shane Harr both in Inspiring Motorsports, taking their pit stops. Caution's out. Got one car around the 11. We're under caution, and this will kind of hurt Tyler Stone and Shane Harr both. Not really. They'll take the wave around more than likely. Well, let's see why we're under caution. I'm going to go through it here, the 11. Car doesn't turn. There he drives it, comes off the wall. Mike Hauser nowhere to go, and around goes the 11 into 43. It has been a wild night. Bobby Hadaway has retired from the event. Right now, leaders are in. Pace is in, Hayden Williams is in, and Stephen Henning Jr. all in this time. Colton Ward evidently staying out. Oh no, Ward's coming in. So this should allow Levi, Stone, Shane Hart. Well, Hart's pitted, so Shane will stay one lap down. Everybody else is in, set to 94 of Ethan, who will be taking a wave around, as a matter of fact, along with Tyler Stone. Levi Ramsey as well. Under caution for the 7th time tonight. Well, London Green has been shown to 00. But Pacey still the leader, so just ignore the little glitch with the overlay. He's not in the pit still. Just some kind of glitch with the system. It does it every once in a while. Alright, well, we're rolling. Fisher going to try to get his lap back. Everybody's going to try to get a lap back here. And right now, there's All-Star in front of 00, who will quickly lock down the bottom lane. Tyler Stone loose off corner exit. They keep it straight for the most part, 3 wide back. The pacer right now, he said, I ain't allowing nobody to get a lap back. Right now, Fisher 9 laps down. 60 of Levi actually on the lead lap, so Stone really want to put the 60 back down a lap. But Stephen Henning Jr. Oh, one car spinning to the inside. The 28 of Ben Milton around. No caution yet. He gets it back rolling. We're going to stay green. Right now, Pacey leads down the back straightaway, following right in Elijah Fisher's footsteps. Stephen Henning Jr. up to second. Hayden Williams third. Colton Ward fourth. They were the only 4 drivers on the lead lap with 40 to go. And everybody else has pitted too. So what does that tell you? That's going to tell you that right now, this is between them 4 drivers. It'll fall into the double zeros. His hands at the moment. It's been a fast car all night, but we have not seen what the 78 of Stephen Henning Jr. can do. Has really not been a factor all night up until now. So really, has Stephen been holding out on what he's got to show? Stephen Henning, what it would mean to return to victory lane. You got to go back a long way to find where the last time Stephen Henning went to victory lane. And somebody, in the great Chris Lyota's words, quote me on this. The last Stephen Henning win that I remember to an Inspired Racing League Daytona Road Course of last season in Cup, the second race of the year. It was the last time I remember Stephen Henning getting a win in this series, in this league. So for the 78 of Stephen Henning, it's been a long time coming when he does return to victory lane. Tell you another one last season in the ARCA series at Fuji. Hayden Williams was able to get his first win. Right now to 3, trying to work himself right back into victory lanes. Had a fast car all night. Kind of got caught on the bad end of some pit strategy, but nonetheless, having a great night so far. Colton Ward, 8 seconds back, missing a front bumper. So the Sporky has took some damage tonight. But ultimately, Colton Ward running in 4th at the moment. Shane Harr right now in the free pass should there another caution come out. With 35 to go. Right now it stands. It'll be 34 to go, and the 66 will now pass Aaron Stanton for the most laps led. So right now he's got the bonus points. If he can close out a win tonight, it'll be monumental. Elijah Fisher, meatball flag. Oh! That's terminal. Well, what has happened to the 16? We'll look at it in Rockingham. Oh, bam. Well, that's why the 11 came to pit road. How that ain't a caution, I don't know. But nonetheless, the night for Elijah Fisher done. Of course, this track just does not like Elijah Fisher. Well, we all had that one track. And for me, it's Phoenix. I hate that track. Anywho, 30 to go at the line. Do our last admin box through the field. And right now you see Pacey, your leader. Stephen Henning Jr. back there in second, along with Hayden Williams in third. That number 3 SpongeBob on the hood. Colton Ward back in 4th. And to start the lead, to start with the 3 cars right now, 1 lap down. Starting with the man in the free pass scenario, Shane Harr. Right now in 5th. Tyler Stone in 6th. Levi Ramsey will round out the cars 1 lap down and 7th on 66 lap old tires. Fernand, the car's 2 laps down. The 94 at Ethan, the 43 of Mike Kowser. Right now, this is actually a battle for the 8th position. Aaron Stan, after a great race going, contact with the 00, racing hard for the lead. Stan right now can do no worse than 10th. But right now, he can go no worse. Right now, 10th is about only as high as he can go unless some of the drivers in front of him falls out of the race. Same can be said for James Hadaway right now, running in 11th spot. Can only do about right now as good as 11th where he's running. The 11 of Dustin in the same scenario. Can do no worse or better than 12th as he stands right now with 27 laps to go. Elijah Fisher, of course, add the race will drop down to the 28 of Ben Milton. Right now 14th, 18 laps down. He can do no worse or no better as it stands right now for the 28. Well, right here, the battle for 15th. Cade Cannon right now, 27 laps down, back behind him. AJ Thompson, who, as a matter of fact, hard to say where he is compared to the 9. Okay, so Thompson right now about Cannon's crossing the line now. Thompson off of 4, so Thompson about 5 seconds behind Cade Cannon in 16th. Bobby Hadaway out of the race in 17th. James McConnell 18th in the pits. Ty Wilson 49 laps down. You look at him right there in 19th. And of course, Bobby Hadaway will join Wade Alexander, Robert Will Hoyt in the 46th, and Ben Kennard in the garage. That is the admin box through the field as Shane Harr's got his lap back for the moment. 23 goes, so there's a caution. It would help Shane Harr immensely right now. Right now, 22 to go, and all it is now is the waiting game. Will a caution drastically affect the outcome of this race? Does Pacey Wingett go to victory lane yet again? Well, right now, of course, led 79 laps so far tonight. AJ Thompson back in the pits. Or was. Never mind. Thought for a second, said on my screen AJ was back in the pits, but he is still on the track. But right now, Cade Cannon trying to rally, has clawed his way up to 15th after a bad start to the race. Not even getting out to finish the race. Not even getting to start the race. Came in 27 laps down. Right now, if he can get around Elijah Fisher, it'll be just another position. Of course, we're going to reiterate the points and how all this plays out tonight. So Aaron Stanton came in the points leader. Obviously, that's going to change a lot following tonight. Juan Cobbs Jr. not here. Neither is Darcy Harr. Second and fourth in the points. Cade Cannon mired back in 15th. Numerous laps down. Notice how you don't see Pacey. I don't think you see Pacey on this screen. So this is actually going to help Double Zero a lot in the points. Going into tonight, of course, it's just top 17 at the moment. Right now, 15 laps to go. Well, he is battling Shane Horror a lot right now. Well, the issue is, really the only issue is Stephen Henning Jr. not really. Oh, contact! 7 hard into the wall. Is that a caution? It is not. What happened? Look back at it real quick. Just got the record, just tapped the 78. Able to save it. Pacey will put the doubles or the 21 back a lap down. Colt Ward has now gone 1 lap down, so that says 3 drivers still in contention on the lead lap, but right now Henning and Hayden 4 seconds and counting. 12 to go. I think Shane Harris finally conceded for the moment, knowing that a caution will be the only hope for the 21 to get back on the lead lap and have a shot at this. I don't see that happen as the 28 thought about going to the bottom. Double Zero was there. It's going to open the door back for Har again. This is not for position, but pretty much Shane fighting for his lap back in case that caution was to come out. Why is that important? It is important because if there's a caution now, Shane Hart gets the free pass. The only issue is he has to restart at the very back end of the field. That will not help his situation none at all. However, if a caution was to fly right now in the Double Zero, and he was in front of Double Zero, that means that he should, if I remember right, start 4th in line and have a very realistic shot at getting a win here. That's why you saw last week with Henderson fighting so hard at Phoenix to stay on the lead lap from Colton Ward. So if a caution was to fly, they wouldn't have to restart behind all the other cars, potentially get involved in another wreck. It's racing. And there'll be 7 to go for a Double Zero. Right now, Pacey has led 93 laps so far tonight. It will obviously go without controversy. We'll definitely get his opinion on the incident with Aaron Stanton at the conclusion of this race. But right now, 6 to go. 6 to go, and right now, not a threat in sight. 6 seconds back to Stephen Henning Jr. and another 6 seconds back to Hayden Williams. Matter of fact, we'll focus in on that for the moment. Well, Hayden further back to where I anticipated him being. Well, right now, 4 to go. And if he can get the job done tonight, it will be a clean sweep of the night. Fast in practice. Started on the pole. Has led a lap. Has led the most laps. And if he can hold on for 3 more laps, then it will be a clean sweep of the night with a 0-0. Well, like you said earlier, it'll come with controversy surrounding the incident with Aaron. And of course, like you also said, we'll get his take on the matter. But 2 to go right now. That is the furthest thing away from this young man's life. 1 more lap. If he can make it to 3 and 4, Pacey Wingate will see the white flag. This will be a lap 99. When he takes the checkered flag, he'll lead his 100th and most important lap. Had a very great showing on the Cup side at Daytona in the Daytona Clash about 2 months ago. Had to miss the Inspired 250. Had a great run last week until it came awry. He'll make up for that. The 0-0 of Pacey will win at Rockingham and lead his 100th lap of 196. Stephen Henning second, Hayden Williams, Shane Hoare, Tyler Stone round out top 5. What a run. We'll let him celebrate a minute right now. It is a Chevrolet 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tyler Stone will be the first Ford in the mix. Finishing 5th. Well, Tyler Stone. I think Jagger said check that spoiler. Ain't going to have to check it now. It's already been up. Pacey Wingate, Gary James up here in broadcast booty. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, it was a hell of a dry night. We'll walk out here leading 100 of 196 laps. You'll collect the maximum amount of points entering tonight. But the story, as much as I hate to say it, the big question will come out of tonight. The contact with you and Aaron with 52 to go. Can you walk us through your side of things from that first off?
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna raise people how they raise me. I've always been that way. I don't know how many times I can get hit and then essentially dumped, but luckily I can drive these things, and I was able to save it. I had the momentum on the outside, dove back to the inside, and well, he just, I don't know if he was trying to come down or what, but I gave him lane out to the outside, and he ran into the wall. So, I mean, that's all I can really say about it. There was enough room there for him to stick there.
Well, buddy, just take me through the night. We saw a lot of drivers effectively early the handling, the cars looked terrible. They looked like they were terribly loose off. Mentioned at the broadcast. This is the world's biggest cloud over the track. That's all I can say. Because I ain't seen no sunlight on this track since about lap 40. With that being said, temperature dropped drastically on the track. We started off at 102. Now we're at 84. As the race went on and the track kept cooling off, did that kind of play into the double zero's favor tonight? As far from a handling standpoint, because, I mean, we watched you come from 11th to the lead. We watched you hold the lead, and we watched you dominate the last quarter of this race. So as the race went on, the track got cooler. Did that kind of play into your favor a little bit?
No, I preferred it at the start of the race. I was able to manage the tires. People weren't able to use the high side to their advantage just because you were going to burn the right rear off of it. So I personally, I liked it on the way hotter temps. I've always enjoyed the track surface to be blistering hot. I think it really shows who's a good driver and who needs to work a little bit. That's obviously my own opinion. I'm not calling anybody out by any means.
Well, go ahead.
But I think later in the race when the track started cooling down, you've seen a lot more people having a lot more speed. But at the end of the day, it's still all about tires at the Rock, and that's pretty much all she wrote. And with all the pit cycles and everything else going on, cautions would come out like right after people would make pit stops and trap them lap down. I know Shane, that last race or that last caution kind of killed him. He had literally just come into the pits, and
him and Tyler Stone both.
Yeah. What would have been a really good battle for the win there ended up being just the battle for him to stay on the lead lap or to be a lap down.
Well, buddy, last question before I let you go here. Celebrate tonight. Is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I gotta thank everybody for sticking it out tonight. Apologize to Aaron there. Tempers were flaring. I know with both him and then me getting moved out of the way, it didn't exactly sit well with me. So apologies to him if too hard of racing was too hard. I gotta shout out you for broadcasting. Just everybody, the background for all of this and just letting me race. So PBR guys over on other side of stuff and the PS3 oldies here.
All right, buddy. Congratulations on order tonight. The 00 came to Rockingham fast in practice, set on the pole. Will lead 100 laps and get the win tonight. Hell of a job tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, he'll continue the celebrations. It was a hell of a race. Next up, the driver as the drone camera will now take us around the venue tonight. Stephen Henning Jr., Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yep.
Well, much needed points day for you. Really, was it just when the caution came out? Did the switch flip to more survival now, or what was the deal with the 78 after that last caution came out?
Plain and simple, just shit luck, I think, to be honest with you. But if we're gonna be completely honest, but no, to be honest with you, Shane, he helped me out today, and the team they stood on my back there at the end. I got rattled by one of the drivers on the track. I don't know what he was doing, but he hit me in the rear end, and it screwed up the rear end, and we had to struggle with that for 13 or so laps at the end there. And I wasn't the calmest behind the seat. Hell, you know how I am behind the seat when I get in those situations. But yeah, we put our teeth to the ground, and we just drove our asses off and hoped that we were there by the end of her.
And indeed you were tonight. I do want to ask, though, of course, the damage not helping, but I'm going to shoot you the same question that I shot Pacey down in Victory Lane. as the race went on, the track temperature started, like I said, world's biggest cloud. Either that or it's about to rain in Rockingham, 1 to 2. But track kept cooling off as the race went on. Did that kind of play a favor into the 78 handling wise, or was it still pretty much a struggle from the get go?
It was a struggle. I can't seem to drive this track like Shane and everybody. Like, I seem to follow the same line, but my tires don't say the same as them, so I don't know what I'm doing different. But yeah, I mean, this time at least we didn't KO the right front and have to repair it and go how many laps down. So we got that, and I'm not in here for points for this series. I'm only doing the Gen 4 part.
Don't give me that crap.
But I'm happy to just come out and race for wins and enjoy racing. Even if we get a little bit heated sometime, I enjoy racing everybody out there and enjoy the fans watching every week and taking times out of their day to come cheer us on and make us feel like we're doing something. And got to thank you for obviously putting it on. I mean, nobody would watch it if you weren't broadcasting, I'll tell you what.
Well, buddy, you'll walk out of here tonight, finish in second. You'll gain some points, at least for the Gen 4 part of things. You'll gain some points out of this tonight. Stephen Henning Jr. comes home second. Appreciate your time, buddy. Hell of a job.
Thank you.
That being said, probably did not expect this, but ultimately one of the cars that had top 5 pace, definitely top 3 pace following tonight. I know dear old dad's watching. Hayden Williams, Garrett James up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
I got you, Garrett.
Well, hell of a run tonight. I got to ask, was it a strategy call to stay out early in the race?
Yeah, but I don't know if we'll ever do that again. 60 lap old tires is kind of rough this place.
Hey, don't call it the Rock for a reason. Well, buddy, take me through the night. I've pretty much asked this question the whole night. So I'm going to ask you the same question here because I feel like every driver tonight, if I was to ask every driver, that they would all say the same thing. But obviously the track was not the same as when we started. Started off at blistering 104 degrees, wouldn't walk barefooted on it, let alone in socks. But that's the point. But as the race went on, the track temp cooled down at the white flag and the checker. It was 84 degrees. Did that kind of help the handling of the number 3 tonight? Because we really saw a lot earlier. Drivers were getting more sideways than what we saw at the end. Is that a fair assumption at this point?
Yeah, I mean, early in the race, I got loose a few times. I know Mike got loose with me at like the middle of the race. At the end, it kind of tightened up, and that's just that was go time.
Well, buddy, it was go time, all right. Did you have a chance? Did you feel like that if things had played out different, would you have had a shot at Steven for second? Let alone did you think you'd have a shot at it for the win?
Yeah, I was hoping for a caution the last 10 laps so I can go get 4 tires and hopefully go win, but it's whatever. I'll take P3 after last week.
Well, buddy, last question before I let you head out tonight. Is there anybody want to thank your friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours, and do you feel like that you've earned a full-time cut ride yet? Talk to dear old dad, see what he says.
Well, I'll thank the same people I always thank, my dad and my family, and I don't know. I'll have to go ask about the full-time cup ride. That might be a Christmas present. I don't know.
Oh, hell. Set sights for season 3, but but for Hayden Williams tonight, he will come out of here finishing 3rd. Hell of a drive tonight, buddy. Appreciate your time, and hopefully when we'll talk to you again, you'll be back in victory lane.
Thank you. Go Dogs.
Yes, sir. Even though I'm a Duke fan. But that's besides the point. Still got a couple of drivers requesting interviews at the moment. At least they're sitting in the interview room. So that being said, get back in on the race real fast. Okay, nothing big happening. So that being said, still to come tonight, Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series. for their action, and we will get into driver who I have not talked to all night. So probably thinking I'm mad with him. Mike Hauser, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, Garrett. What's going on?
Well, nothing much. Saw you and Kay were in the interview section, so I figured I'd go ahead and pull you on up. Quiet night for the 43. Did not get no practice in. Didn't get a qualifying lap in. Really, was the concern just walking into the unknown tonight, or what was the plan for the 43 not having little to no practice at all?
I didn't even know if I was going to race tonight, so I want to give a huge shout out to my uncle for. We were hanging out with some family, and I wanted to try to fit the race in, so I wanted to give a huge shout out to my uncle for getting me home because I didn't have my car with me. And a huge shout out to Elijah for practicing the car for me, telling me what the car needed because I didn't know. And yeah, I was a little worried going into tonight, not having practice, and I learned that I had a pretty good long run car real quick. So early in the runs, I wasn't great, but as the runs got later, I felt like I could really push later into the run. In that last run there, I felt like I pitted early, and I feel like I would have been on the best strategy there to fight the 00, but like I got the 11 car just, I don't know, we got into them, and that kind of ruined our night there, but we scrapped it back up. We, this car still had speed. We just, couldn't get back on the lead lap, and ultimately ended up with the top 10, which I'm still happy with. Just kind of stinks, but then again, for the night I had and not even know if I was going to race tonight, I'd say pretty A-okay.
I might have everybody one thing tonight, friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, again, I want to thank Uncle Mark. He came in clutch and brought me home. So I want to thank him, and thank Elijah for getting me into the session because I wouldn't have made it in if it wasn't for him. And just want to thank Falcon Motorsports for bringing me a really fast Cheerios 43 car, and really excited to see how these Gen 4 cars go next week when I'm actually on my correct setup. So and thank you for doing the broadcast as always.
All right, buddy. Mike Hauser will walk into Rockingham tonight, facing the unknown, and will walk out of here finishing 7th. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thanks, Garrett. You too.
Yep. That being said, fuel pump issues plaguing this driver all night. He will salvage a top 15 effort out of it. Cade Cannon, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, not the ideal night. Now, I've been saying fuel pump issue was the main concern. Really, what was the issue that plagued the 9 tonight at the start?
I don't really know. I believe when the iRacing did the most recent patching, it patched and something in the files, for me at least, went wrong. So every time I tried to join the race, it gave me a black screen saying something about missing track file. So I had to repatch it, and once that happened, I finally was able to get back in the race. But, after all the hardship trying to just make the race, to go from 22nd, I don't know how many laps down, to finish P14, I don't know how many laps down either, to bring it home top 28, the 28 laps down, finishing P14 in the top 15, I will certainly take the points, and move on to next week and hope for the best at next week.
Well, you walked into the night third in the points. Of course, tonight really did not play into none of the top 10's favor. Of course, well, it played into a few. It played into Stevens' hands. Played into Shane's a little bit. How do you recover? Came into this race third in points. How does this set the road to recovery for the 9?
Just be a little bit more. Be more safe. We had a great run at Daytona. Surprisingly, we have the worst at plate tracks in any series I run in. Just play a little bit more safe. Hope that we don't get burdened by anything else. And I do believe, even though that stuff happens tonight, at the end of the day, I'd rather come home with P14 points than P22 points and absolute last place points. That's the whole point of me trying to fight to get back in this race, was to know that I have a chance, at least if things fall certain ways, I can get up in certain points and continue gaining some more points than I would have ended with if I just said, you know what, I ain't racing, just gonna F this. So I think at the end of the night, I'll take this as a win, move on to next week, which I believe we're at Atlanta next week. Which I do believe if it's Atlanta, it's going to be a tire-saving track, and I was pretty good there in the Gen 6s, so hopefully I can take from while in the Gen 6 to here in the Gen 4s, and hopefully get a good run.
All right, buddy. Kay Cannon will set his sights to now Monday night at Las Vegas to try to stay within chase contention there. And for tonight, he'll leave Rockingham 14th. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you, thank you.
Yep. With that being said, still a long night still to go. Well, we will look at the final results from Rockingham. And Pacey Wing, your winner tonight, Stephen Henning Jr., Hayden Williams, Shane Hard, Tyler Stone rounds out the top 5. Colt Ward, Mike Hauser, 94 at Ethan, Levi Ramsey, and Aaron Stanton rounds out the top 10. James Hadaway, the 11 of Dustin, 28 Ben Milton, Cade Cannon, AJ Thompson rounds out the top 15. Elijah Fisher, Ty Wilson, James McConnell. Bobby Hadaway, Wade Alexander, Robert Wilhoit, and Ben Cunert will round out the field tonight. Live from Rockingham, still to come. Midnight Racing League on tap in about another hour or so. You're not going to want to miss the action there, and much like you didn't want to miss the action tonight. Congratulations to 00, led 100 of 196 laps. And I will see all of you in about an hour. Everybody stay safe and have a good one.